So I usually don't address nonsense, but on this one, I must speak on it. First of all, to the point, I am extremely straight. I'm the straightest guy you'll ever meet. If I'm going to have any issues, it's going to be with women. In fact, women are the root of all my problems in this maisha. I'm very blessed, lakini women pengine ndio wanaleteanga shida.
What happens when the private love lives of powerful Kenyan politicians stop being private? Because over the years, Kenya has witnessed scandal after scandal involving politicians whose alleged relationships, affairs, and romantic entanglements were dragged into the public eye. Some politicians denied the claims, some stayed silent, and some scandals became bigger than the political careers themselves. In this video, we are revisiting some of the most talked about Kenyan politicians whose relationship scandals leaked.
You see, when people see me, wanadhania msichana kuna nyash, some big nyash. So yeah, kitoka kipita tu hivi wanaume wanamwaga pesa. He's not the only politician I'm close with. Sijui kwa nini mlidecide your watch ni yake. But I don't know, relationship ni serious mwanaume akisema.
Oscar Sudi, the outspoken Kapsaret MP, has never hidden the fact that he is a polygamous man. In fact, when it comes to his love life, Oscar Sudi has always carried himself like a man with nothing to explain. Publicly, he is known to be with two wives, Lilian Sudi and Ann Sudi. However, over time, his name has been repeatedly linked to social media personality Masai. Now, this rumor mill didn't just start from nowhere. A lot of the speculation, in fact, gained traction from Masai herself, who would often post snippets of romantic dates with her mystery man online, with just enough to stir the pot. The kind of soft launch content that practically makes Kenyans to put on their FBI hats. And as we all know, do not tease Kenyan internet detectives with breadcrumbs unless you are ready for the full loaf to be discovered. Before long, social media users were zooming in, screenshotting, comparing outfits, watches, and accessories, and many became convinced that the man behind the post was none other than Oscar Sudi himself.
That politician is married, right? I saw he's married to two wives. Right?
Nimesikia tu kutoka kwako.
Oh, umesikia kutoka kwangu?
As if the whispers were not already loud enough, Masai recently added more fuel to the fire after publicly wishing Oscar Sudi a happy birthday, referring to him as a great man. For many, the birthday message only deepened the suspicion that there's more to their relationship. But perhaps the messiest part of this entire saga came about 6 months ago, when reports began circulating online that Masai had gotten into a physical altercation with Oscar Sudi's wives and was allegedly beaten up in the process. However, Masai later came out to deny the allegations, dismissing claims and shutting down the story before it could grow full legs.
Hakuna watu wamenivambia. Si nimeona hakuna. There's no guys, sina viraka. So those who saying nimetandikwa. My lips is just a scar, a long-term scar. Yeah, accident.
Just like Oscar Sudi, former Kakamega governor and current cabinet secretary Wycliffe Oparanya has also never hidden the fact that he is a polygamous man. His family setup has long been public knowledge, and the fact that he has multiple wives has never really shocked Kenyans. But where things got messier was when his name became heavily linked to Mary Biketi. Unlike some political relationship rumors that stay in the shadows, this one refused to remain behind closed doors. If Wycliffe Oparanya may have preferred for the affair to stay low-key, Mary Biketi seemed to have received a completely different memo. Once she was publicly linked to the politician after an expose on BNN Premium, Mary Biketi appeared to go from quiet mystery woman to full-time public soft life ambassador. She began stepping out more publicly, speaking more openly, and making appearances that only added more fuel to the already raging speculation. At one point, very earlier on, after the expose, she even did an interview with Tuko at the airport. And from the outside looking in, Oparanya himself wasn't entirely comfortable with just how public things were becoming.
What is it called?
And as if that was not enough, she continued appearing in multiple media interviews, speaking about how they met, with the level of confidence that made it seem like she was not just enjoying the attention, she was planning to convert it into influence. In fact, she even made it clear that she had political ambitions of her own, expressing interest in vying for a political seat. And of course, throughout all this, there was also the lifestyle which Mary Biketi frequently flaunted online. But as we have seen many times before, soft life online usually comes with a very hard landing. Before long, reports began circulating that Wycliffe Oparanya had ended things with her and had stopped financing her lifestyle.
Kenya mna mambo. I've been to South Africa for a few days. Not a few days, for quite some time. Coming back, car repossessed.
Mary Biketi did attempt to push against these claims and deny that she had been dumped. However, since then, she has noticeably remained out of the public eye, something that has only further fueled online whispers that the once very public situationship may have quietly hit the wall. Kasarani MP Ronald Karauri has also had his fair share of romantic scandals leaking to the public eye. And unlike some politicians who only get linked once and the story dies, Karauri's name has popped up in multiple messy situations over time. Now, the earliest one and most talked about links involved Tanzanian socialite Nana Dollz, after reports emerged alleging that she was romantically involved with the MP, and that in turn he was financing her lifestyle.
I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite thing about me? Baby.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Oh my god!
It's everything about you.
At the time, many Kenyans believed Ronald Karauri was still with his wife Ruth Karauri, which only made the alleged affair even more controversial. But the influencer Nana Dollz later came out and claimed that by the time she was getting involved with the MP, he and his wife had already separated, essentially confirming that there was truly an affair between them.
Kweli mheshimiwa na date 9 ni mume wa mtu?
Hapana.
Ila alikuwa mume wa mtu.
Yes. Ni kweli ni mbunge. Yes.
But just when we thought that chapter of the drama had closed, another even more shocking allegation surfaced. This time, Karauri's name was dragged into controversy by a man identified as Muigai, who publicly claimed that he and the MP had allegedly been involved and that Karauri had been funding his lifestyle in exchange. The allegations quickly sent shockwaves online, especially after Muigai went further, claiming that his life was in danger following their alleged fallout. He also alleged that the two had recorded intimate videos together and warned that he would release them if the alleged stalking and threats continued. The scandal instantly set the internet on fire. However, Ronald Karauri moved quickly to shut it down, releasing a video firmly denying the allegations. In his response, he maintained that he was only interested in women and dismissed the gay claims entirely.
So I usually don't address nonsense, but on this one I must speak on it. First of all, to the point, I am extremely straight. I'm the straightest guy you'll ever meet. If I'm going to have any issues, it's going to be with women. In fact, women are the root of all my problems in this maisha. I'm very blessed, lakini women pengine ndio wanaleteanga shida.
The guy Muigai eventually disappeared from the conversation altogether, leaving the internet with more questions than answers. But even then, the story still refused to die. More recently, Karauri's name resurfaced once again after bloggers alleged that he had failed to pay them after reportedly tasking them with defending him online against the gay allegations. Muigai Central MP Gideon Mulyungi has also found his name surfacing online more than once over alleged romantic and misconduct-related scandals. The MP's name came up after women allegedly claimed that they had been invited to his current home for what was described as a private meetup or hookup, only for things to allegedly take a troubling turn once they got there. Long before these allegations, his former wife Doreen Majala had also publicly made explosive claims about their marriage, accusing him of repeatedly bringing other women into their matrimonial home for intimate encounters. But perhaps one of the most shocking claims Doreen Majala made was her allegation that the MP had also been involved with their house help Evelyn Kanya, and that this relationship resulted to a pregnancy with twins. Gideon Mulyungi was also reportedly way back exposed in yet another separate incident involving claims that he had mistreated another woman he had allegedly called in for a meetup. And those are some of the Kenyan politicians whose alleged secret relationships and romantic scandals ended up spilling into the public eye. Which of these scandals shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more Kenyan stories, scandals and trending tea. Thank you for watching this video. Keep it here on BNN.